She's never been shy about spilling a few juicy details. And when it comes to dealing with A-list egos, few presenters have quite the same knack as Vanessa Feltz. The radio and TV chat queen has been cajoling Hollywood types into confessing their secrets for more than 30 years, first on This Morning with Richard and Judy, then on The Big Breakfast Bed, and now on LBC, and more TV roles than she has time to list. In the very on-PC days of the 90s, some big names like Sly Stallone were certainly pleased to see her when she met them in person, but others? Well, they were a little more hard work. Here in an exclusive Mirror extract from her sizzling new memoir Vanessa Bears All, Frank, Funny, and Fearless, Vanessa reveals how a sullen Leonardo DiCaprio made a titanic mistake to think he could resist her charms. By Vanessa Feltz. In the early 90s, I had found my way to Liverpool's Albert Dock to join Richard and Judy on ITV's This Morning. And if Hollywood stars refused to budge from the presidential suite at the Dorchester, the program sent someone to interview them in W1. In 1993, that person was often me. One day I trotted to the hotel to find a monosyllabic 19-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio wearing a woolen beanie hat and surly slouch. He'd just starred in his breakout movie, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and was a typical truculent teenager. I came up with an emergency strategy. Ask something unexpected. If you weren't stuck in this room with me right now, what would you rather be doing? And in what position? He perked up and engaged. Forcing Leo to cough up conversation was just the start. Late I accosted Sylvester Stallone and was rewarded with a deep, fabulous French kiss from Rocky in Leicester Square. I know this would be unforgivable today. In 1993, I'd been married for 8 years, and a bit of sprightly tongue action from one of the world's most charismatic chaps, though surprisingly short. I'm 5'2" and our embrace was eye to eye, was not entirely unwelcome. Then came my time on The Big Breakfast Bed. My two blessed predecessors, Paula Yates and Paul O'Grady, are sharing a cloud in heaven, so you'll have to rely on my testimony when I tell you that broadcasting on a bed does funny things to people. Some fall asleep. Some become amorous. After all, there's a bosomy blonde within arm's reach. The Big Breakfast Bed was a cauldron of simmering sexuality. If I'd given way to my baser inclinations, I'd have enjoyed post-show orgies. I was ripe for seduction but wary of home wrecking, especially mine. Wesley Snipes made a flying visit to the UK. His thesis on the bed was that he'd like to climb my Twin Peaks and push criminals to certain death in the crevice of my cleavage. Back then in 1996, I thought I was happily married, but when my husband F'd off 3 years later, uppermost among my regrets was damn. I bloody well should have SHD Wesley Snipes. Jurassic Park hero Jeff Goldblum was quite simply sex on muscular, exceptionally shapely legs. One look at him and my ovaries somersaulted. He paints, plays jazz piano and looks deeply into your eyes. He is the mensch against whom I measure all other men and find them wanting. I think he liked me a little bit too. He invited me to a party in the West End that night. I took my husband with me. Jeff spotted me and waved me over. Am I overstating it to say his face fell as he saw my hand interlaced with my husband's? Vanessa Bears All, Frank, Funny, and Fearless, by Vanessa Feltz, Trends World, 22 pounds, is published on October 24. Now read the Mirror's other Vanessa Feltz exclusives from her sizzling new memoir, Vanessa Feltz, Mum Put Me on Diet aged 9 and Black Market Amphetamines at 20. I threw myself out of a taxi when fiancé admitted head cheated. I thought head to see if I survived. He didn't. My parents rang from their holiday to say I looked fat in TV ad.